in the room. It's a Bucks win tonight. 121-112 over the Denver Nuggets. Come on in the room. Doc is our doctor. He writes out all our scripts. He gives us our medicine in our room. We are live. It's the Crimson Crossover Group Trails Third.
Justin.
Yeah. Just me and Justin in the building tonight. The duo doing it like Giannis and Dame. Man, what a win tonight for your Milwaukee Bucks. Come on in the room. We'll get you at the chat. We'll talk to you in the chat. We'll talk to you on the Twitter at TCIIESQ. I'll tell you, there's a lot. I'll just say this, Justin. There's been a lot of negative talk for a team that's won 5 out of the last 6 games. There's been a lot of negative talk for a team that has won 5 out of their last 6 games. And I get what Indiana's doing, and I get what Detroit's doing, and it's all good. But the Milwaukee Bucks have won 5 out of their last 6 basketball games. They are playing good basketball. And tonight was a win against the Denver Nuggets team. What are they ranked out west right now? 3rd? Something like that. Two and second, the number 2 team in the West. I still will tell you that I think the Milwaukee Bucks they're a bad man. Like again, it was far off finals talk. The Milwaukee Bucks are not the team. If there's a team Denver wants to see if they get to the finals, it ain't the Bucks. The Bucks they are very well equipped. Like I know, Justin, we talk about it all the time. You know, Cleveland and Boston, and I'll say this team's better. This team's better. The Denver Nuggets are a team that I look at and I go, yeah, they don't want the Bucks. They do not want the Bucks. Denver Nuggets are not equipped to handle the Bucks. And again, not that it'll be some easy series, but I think a 6-game series tonight was a C- Dame Lillard game at best. It was a C- Dame Lillard game at best, and you handled the Denver Nuggets. I didn't think the Bucks played well, very, very well in the first half at all. You were down 3. So I felt very confident in this basketball game and what this team was doing. And they got the win tonight. 121-112. Let's do a game recap. 6 Milwaukee Bucks in double figures tonight. Starting with your boy, Giannis Antetokounmpo. 28-19 rebounds. Just came short of a Barbara Walters Dateline 2020 game. 28-19, 7 assists. He's close to a triple-double, 11 for 23 from the field tonight. He was 5 of 8 from the line, including, I saw Reggie Miller said that, like, I get so confused. I just can't stand Reggie Miller, some of the stuff he says. He gets on the broadcast and he says, I don't think Giannis is coming up for the screen because he's scared to get fouled. Now, it's funny, I said this on Twitter and somebody reminded me, there's been one game in my entire life of watching Giannis and the Bucks where he's ever been afraid to get fouled. And that was, if you remember, that series against Miami, the last game, and he about threw the ball out of bounds because he was trying to get rid of it so fast. That is the only time in my life I've ever seen Giannis not want the basketball late in games, getting fouled. I recall vividly people wanting Giannis to give the ball up late in games, and he wouldn't give the ball up, and because he wanted to take the free throws so bad, he wanted to prove that's the type of guy Giannis is. Like Giannis he's afraid to get fouled. What are we talking about? And not only that, but he went to the free throw line late in the game, and I say it all the time. People, you look at his numbers, he's shooting 50-some%. Tell me what Giannis is shooting in the last 3-4 minutes of the game. Because when the game on the line, hey, that boy turned to Dame Lillard at the free throw line. I mean, just knocking him down. So an excellent job from Giannis tonight. Brook Lopez. There's going to be a lot of talk about Brook Lopez. I think it's going to be an interesting discussion about Brook Lopez tonight. But he does put up 22 points, 4 boards, 3 assists, 7 of 16 from the field. He was 1 of 6 from 3. Plus 6 on the night. How about Torrian Prince? 10 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals tonight from Torrian Prince, including he had a really nice one on Joker down in the paint. How about your boy Kyle Kuzma tonight? 16, 9, and 5. He had a really big first half. Second half kind of cooled down a little bit on the offensive side of the ball. But there was a possession Kuzma had in the fourth quarter where, I mean, is Kuzma your... Again, Giannis is our best defender. Is Kuzma your second best defender on the team? I mean, there was a possession late in the game where Kuzma starts off on Jamal Murray, ends up on Joker, and forces a Joker turnover. I mean, listen, I'm just saying his activity is there. He was 5 of 15 for the night. He misses a lot of bunnies too. I mean, he could have easily had 20, 22, 24 points. He had to miss at least 3 layups. Damian Lillard tonight, 19 points, 4 boards, 4 assists, 2 steals for him, 5 of 9 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3. AJ Green, only 6 points, but man, the 2 threes he hit, both of them I think were fourth quarter, both of them huge. Gary Trent Jr., I think that's the guy to me. If you're going to make a move, starting lineup, I get it. He's played well at the bench, but I have to wonder if you move Gary Trent to the starting lineup at some point. 15 points tonight, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals for him. Jericho Sims, 2 points, 4 rebounds tonight. A lot of good activity from him. I'm starting to see the issue with Jericho Sims. He's very athletic. He's just uncoordinated. He's just uncoordinated. But he's bullying, shine shot, and uncoordinated. Kevin Porter Jr. as well, 3 points tonight, 2 assists. He has cooled down considerably since the hot starts he's had. But you see the potential. You see what he has there, but a couple off nights for Kevin Porter Jr. On the Denver side of things, Joker, triple-double, 32, 14, and 10. Christian Braun, 13 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists for him. Aaron Gordon, 9 points, 5 rebounds. Aaron Gordon is I think the guy that people say that Kyle Kuzma is to me. He's a guy I just don't think he does. I just don't know. He just doesn't do enough for me. Very, very, very mid, very shaky. Plays decent defense though. Michael Porter Jr., 12 points, 10 boards tonight. He had an off-shoot night. He was 5 of 22, 2 of 11 from 3. Jamal Murray with 20 points. Russell Westbrook had a nice first half. Second half was rough. He was 4 of 13, 10.6 rebounds, 5 assists tonight. And then Strother with 12 points tonight. Bucks win it, 121-112. Again tonight, Justin, I'm looking at it, and it was the Bucks scored 37 points in the fourth quarter. So a lot of talk as well about the Bucks and not how they're unable to score in the fourth quarter. They're a bad fourth quarter scoring team. They gave up 31 tonight in the fourth, but they scored 37. Denver couldn't find stops. Giannis looked like he had a pep in his step. He had a 3 tonight. He was 1 for 2 from 3. Looked good. I like that Giannis closed the game in the fourth quarter. Again, how confident this goes back to, and I'll say this, just something that Chris King said off air to me, maybe a few weeks ago, and we were talking about something else. He goes, man, we're you look at our track record, we're just not wrong about a lot of stuff. And it may look like we be wrong, it may look like this and that, but we just don't be wrong about a lot of stuff. And I think back to that Charlotte game that we were at, Justin, and Giannis taking that jump shot, and people were upset that he took the jumper. And why would you take that? You got to go to the basket. You got to attack the hole. Da, da, da. In a game like tonight, and again, it wasn't close. This was a dagger shot, really, that Giannis took. But in a game like tonight, where they are not calling a ton of fouls, the game is very physical. Guys are going at, you're not getting all the calls you may want. To be able to step back and have that 13, 14 footer, to be able to shoot it and rely, and again, that's why you shoot it all game long. That's why you rep it throughout the season, because this is late in the season. This is a game you need to beat the Nuggets, and that's a dagger. That's a dagger mid-range. He had I think Reggie, he had 5 of them tonight. A dagger mid-range, dead eye, right on target. That's the kind of shot that's okay, if you're hitting that, other teams are in trouble. We'll talk about some other things. Again, I thought Gary Trent was really good. Again, I talked about Kuzma's defense. I'll save some thoughts on Dame as we kind of get into some more things. But I'll close with this though, and I'll let you go. First half, you keep this thing where it needs to be. Two things. That group of, I believe it was Kevin Porter Jr., Gary Trent Jr., Kyle Kuzma, Jericho Sims, and AJ Green. That was the group. And think about Doc Rivers for a second, because in the first half, that group had a rough time scoring. I believe Kuzma kind of kept them afloat a little bit in the first half when that group went in. When they started that fourth quarter, and I think a lot of people were like, why would Doc run with those guys? You have trouble scoring in the fourth. Denver's on a run. And again, tonight, it wasn't Kyle Kuzma who led the charge. It was Gary Trent Jr., who did a lot of the dirty work. And then you had AJ Green. That's when he had his 2 threes to put the Bucks on the 8-0 run. So again, you have a lot of really good things to go on and think about in a game like tonight. I thought the defense, I'd say that too. I think the defense, to me, the Bucks had more effort than the Nuggets, and that started at the beginning of the game. Remember, Mike Malone took a quick timeout because the Bucks had more effort to start, and then Denver got in their game plan, started running a little bit, kind of ran the Bucks off the game a little bit, and then as the game wore on, I thought the Bucks just had a little more energy, a little more pep in their step. I intentionally am holding off on having a Brook Lopez conversation about what he, and I'll say, I thought Brook Lopez did offensive. I thought he did well. Joker's a very tough cover. Very tough cover. So again, you give it up a triple-double, but it's Joker, man. It's tough to play Joker. So I'm really not upset at the there's some things, and we'll talk about them. But overall, I'll close with this. This is a very good basketball team, folks. The Milwaukee Bucks are a very good basketball team. And they proved it tonight. They proved it over the last 5 or 6 games, what have you. I don't care who they play. Detroit, Indiana, New York, Orlando, whoever else you want to put in front of them. I like the Milwaukee Bucks, man. This is a good basketball team. You got to get down to the end of games, and you'll be fine. The Bucks finish it out tonight. Good win, 121-112. That's what I saw. Just what you see.
Hey, man, so real quick before I get to Doc, got a couple things to get off. First of all, shout out to Billy Schmidt, my little brother, a.k.a. Big Brother. This dude on the air the other day talked about your monologue and your opening and compared it with the legendary Tim Allen. And I mean, that is probably the biggest compliment you can get in this post-game stuff. Guru, that is just, and he is spot on. Like, my brother, you kill it on that. Hey, real quick, what's your last name, Guru?
Crosby the third.
Nah, I think it's Rivers the third, man, because you up here giving these doc points, man. You the doctor that writes our prescription tonight. What we talking about? Hey,
what did I say?
Hey, just get his man his flowers. You talked about how in that first half, how the Jokers were running and transition and stuff like that off of made baskets.
Yeah.
And what Doc talked about is how they made an adjustment to slow that down in the second half. Guru, we ain't gonna disrespect your pops because you Crosby the third, but you an honorary Rivers kid. How about that?
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Man, so Doc said they played well. They asked him a question as far as how do they feel about beating teams of the West. They're 7-9. Doc said we played well against the West, he feels like, especially tonight. It was a good win at home. They beat the Los Angeles Clippers. They beat the Denver Nuggets. And we don't care if the NBA counts it or not. We beat the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah.
I agree with Doc.
That's true.
Doc was still pissed off that Rockets loss because he mentioned it tonight. And he said those guys were more physical the other night. But tonight, the Bucks were more physical against a very physical basketball team. Kuz did a good job getting downhill. Thought Brook was fantastic tonight. Brook did everything you could possibly do tonight, contributed on both ends of the floor, had some timely blocks, timely shots. Dame did well tonight, and I know you said we go get to Dame. So I'm going to get to Dame with Doc. Dame was a decoy tonight. Did a good job getting guys good shots, and that kind of, to your point, helped Gary Trent Jr. go crazy. Giannis is tired of this minutes restriction. He's just tired of it. He want to go hoop. But you know what? We want you to hoop now. We're up tonight. We love it. We hated it the other night against Houston, but we got to keep you healthy, my brother. We held the third best shooting team in three-point to 26% behind the arc tonight, was one of Doc's quotes. The defense is amazing. And then the last thing Doc said is the schedule is so stupid. And I agree with him. We went to Houston, come back to Milwaukee to go to Dallas. That's just dumb. So a couple things. You mentioned that, first of all, Joker is Joker. I've never seen I didn't realize this dude cried as much as he cried, though. Everything is a foul. Dude, you from Serbia. You get kicked harder than by your horses than what these dudes was blinking at you. Like, stop crying and score the ball. That boy ain't no MVP. I'm sorry.
He had a triple-double, though, Justin. Come on. We doing that? He had a triple-double.
Hey, how many times we done seen Brook Lopez get lit up in these comments, seen Brook Lopez get lit up by Wisconsin kid and everybody and their mama on Twitter? That boy took him off the bounce and bammed on him.
He did.
I want to hear no more Brook Lopez slander tonight. He got an honorary pass for dunking on the boy with an and-one, and he hit the free throw. Hey, Reggie Miller is, look, dog, like, I think he's still salty off the Bucks with Ray Allen and sending that butt back to Indiana in them playoffs, man. Because he's just I don't know other way to say it. My mama told me, my grandmama told me, a lot of my friends told me, you can't call nobody dumb. His commentating is just dumb. You mentioned it as far as Giannis running away from the pick. And then he's talking about Giannis can't hit this free throw, that free throw. When he said Giannis wasn't going to make free throws, he went 4 for 4 from the stripe. Keep talking, Reggie. Hey, Sims can't finish, bro.
No.
He can do everything but finish, man. I seen an alley-oop, pump fake, but that's okay, man. Gary Trent Jr., man. Like, I don't know which Gary Trent I like better, but both of them are amazing. You and your pops, man. Hey, first of all, you cannot be in the city of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Your last name, I don't care what you pronounce it. It's Braun in our city. You are a Braun. Braun, all that form. Go ahead on with that stuff. You are Braun, but I'm going to tell you something. Ooh, that's why I love Brook Lopez, because he ain't scared.
Yeah.
Boy, good God almighty. That's some white-on-white crime if I ain't seen nothing in my life. He posterized the hell out of that boy, man. Goodness gracious. Hey, MPJ, Michael Porter Jr. Ah, man, we kicking this boy off Team Light Skin. I got to trade him, man. That boy couldn't throw the ball in Lake Michigan tonight. Hey, and what's so bad about the kid tonight, man, he was wide open. And what's the other dude's name?
Strother, yeah.
Hey, he was crazy. He was as hot as you could be and then as cold as you could be in one game, man. I thought it was impressive, though, man. I think the Denver Nuggets are a very sound basketball team, man. And I just want to give one shout out to the chat, man, because a homie, I think it's I guess is what he's saying. He's going crazy in the chats, and he's just dropping a lot of knowledge. He mentioned that Kuzma is the 2025 PJ Tucker. I think that's
some high praise.
PJ Washington.
Okay, PJ Washington. Okay,
PJ Washington. My bad. And then he mentioned that Kuzma is a Dalmatian, but he's still a dog. I think that's a little bit light skin hate right there, my homie.
You know, it's well, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you good. That's all I got.
No, it's funny. Kuzma, I saw that Kuzma's a Dalmatian, still a dog. It's funny. You know, just watching Kuzma how he play. He is a little wild and just out of control at times, and I think that hurts some of his finishes. But yeah, he's running, man. Like he's running. How many minutes he played tonight? How many minutes did Kuzma play tonight? I gotta pull it back up in front of me. Kuzma went 37. I thought he was great on the board. He was just second best rebounder tonight. Second highest on the team in rebounds. He had the highest plus minus tonight on the floor at a plus 19, 1 turnover. Again, I just think his activity is what does it for me. Like that's the biggest piece of this for me. The activity, how he's just not afraid to go in there and do stuff. And again, I thought he took smart shot. I didn't realize he took 5 threes tonight. I didn't realize it was that many. But I just think I'll say this. He still may have a couple bad looks. Most of his looks are good looks. Like he's driving to the basket. He's trying to get to the basket. Late in the game, I think he had one air ball he tried to throw up. Giannis got the rebound anyway, so it was all right. But again, it's the activity. It's the defense for me. I got into a it's people on Twitter, you get to these debates with people, and again, you can put all the data you want into what my man say? What my man light skin Dave Fizdale? Take that for data. I ain't take that for data, man. Like I'd say it all the time. Basketball is meant to be watched, not read. One more time. Basketball is meant to be watched, not read. So if every game you got to go back to trying to find a number that manipulates, you can do all the stuff you want to do with these numbers. They doing it right now. Elon Musk doing it right now with the Doge team. They finding all these numbers. I don't know what all of them. How they making all these cuts? I don't know where they getting all these cuts from. I don't halfway believe all the cuts either. Bunch of numbers. Hey, we gonna cut here. We saving money here. Saving money here. I don't know where they saving any money at. But I can tell you what I see. I saw today. I wouldn't get into it. But my point is, I get back to basketball. My point is, I can see athleticism. I can see when a guy's out there playing. I don't mind mistakes when you're playing hard. That's why I'll give you another example. Jericho Sims. Did he finish the way he wanted? No, hell no, he ain't finished the way I wanted him to finish under the basket and getting to the rim, finishing the layups, even sometimes grabbing a rebound. But I'll tell you what, he's always going full speed. He's always 100%. And that's what I can appreciate about a Kyle Kuzma. everything is balls to the walls, man. Like, again, is he a little out of control? Yeah, but he's attacking. And again, so the ball might fly out of his hand when he's running to the basket and people are swiping at him. It might happen a couple times out of the game, but he's doing more good than bad. And when I start to see that flip, that's when I'll change my tune. But until then, I just appreciate that. I really appreciate. I can't tell you enough how much I appreciate the activity. And again, late in that game, go back and watch that possession he had when he was on Jamal Murray, then flipped off and flipped to Joker. I mean, those are the possessions that I'm kind of getting at. I thought Giannis just had this. It was like this. You could tell to me, and I got the next topic being is an inspiring win, and that's where I'll go with it. Now I'll start seeing what we got in the chat. Go ahead.
Hold on 1 second, because I know you said you was gonna get off it, but I seen it too.
Oh, wait, what you talking about?
Yeah, I seen it too. And normally me, I'm a lot more quiet of a Twitter dude than you are, but I feel like this is a Cream City crossover. This is the best post-game show of the Milwaukee Bucks. We got the best people in the chat, the best people on Twitter. So we're gonna go ahead and address the homie. You had so many stats. You know what those stats are good? You know what stats are good for me for?
What's that?
That's what I ran away from in my business degree, my undergraduate, and my master's degree. I don't want to deal with all them stats. Because the one thing that the homie was missing and all that stuff, Kuzma's played every game in Milwaukee.
True.
Every single game. He's here. And he doesn't slow the offense down. He pushes the pace. He gets Giannis better looks. He gets Dame better looks. AJ Green better looks. He makes smart basketball plays. I can live with an air ball shot here and there. I can live with a missed shot. Because you know what? You have this team in a better position to play basketball. And then you talked about the defensive end. And it's the same thing with Sims. He struggles to finish. But you know what? If you're Jamal Murray, you take a lot of guys off the dribble and go to the basket. You think twice if you see Jericho Sims under there. You think twice maybe if you see a Brook Lopez under there. But the thing is, Brook isn't going to give you the lateral movement, and I'm sure we're going to get to this tonight.
Yeah.
But Sims does. So all that statistical stuff, it's kind of like baseball, right? When you look at baseball, when we were growing up, I'm a couple years before you, Trey, but it was batting average, RBIs, and home runs.
Yeah, what they talk about now? Yeah.
OPS, and on base, and slugging. And I don't care about it. Hit the ball, get runs in.
What's your wins above replacement? Come on.
Yeah. Bunch of stuff for the hey, I'm going to my Charles Barkley. Bunch of stuff for the smart kids, the geeks. I ain't none of that, man. I had fun with the sororities and stuff in undergrad, so I wasn't there for statistics like that. I can't give you 52 statistics. Only statistic I can give you, Kyle Kuzma's there. He's ready to hoop every single day, and his team is better since he got here. Jericho Sims, he may not be this, he may not be that. Team is better since he got here. Like, and again, and I'm not gonna mention that dude anymore for Washington. That's what I told myself. That's what I told the family tonight, man. Hey, love that dude. Hope he does great. We got to focus on these guys here, man. So all y'all Twitter dudes, all y'all chat dudes that want to harp on this dude that used to be here, hey, man, you can't most people that remarry the ex-wife end up in a divorce again anyways. So we ain't going down that path. Now, if he comes back to us 3-4 years down the line, that's fine. But right now, Kyle Kuzma is here. They're laced up. Hey, man, I don't want to hear no more of that other stuff. All I want to hear is Kuz.
I'm with you, and again, I'll echo that again. Just on the data piece, I don't mind some numbers here and there, but when that is just your retort for everything, is I got to be able to put a number to it, and again, you just have to take everything in a vacuum. Again, what is your metric? Like, what is your metric for games played? What is your metric for minutes played? Like again, if you could tell me, somebody was this, but they only played 15 minutes. Well, how is that better than somebody that maybe chips away a little more but plays 35 minutes? I don't know that. I don't know how you can quantify numbers and values like that. I just don't see it. So I'm with you again, and I think they're good in a vacuum. But when that's your go-to every single time, again, trust your eyes. Trust what you see. And again, I see a lot of activity. And again, that's why I don't get off on Jericho Sims, because I think the activity is there as well. I was gonna go back to this, and then we'll get to the chat. But Giannis, and I'm telling this as an inspiring win. To me, as I watch Giannis play, tonight there looked like there was just another gear, and we know he's hurting, and we know he's been down. We know that, but Giannis seemed tonight like he saw the call of an MVP coming up. Like it's an MVP versus MVP type of a battle. It's Bucks, it's Nuggets, national TV. Giannis seemed to take his game to another level. I loved at the end of the game where he had that exclamation point dunk. Like, to me, that's what let me know, he wanted to do something a little different tonight. Because you know if you got a bad knee or a bad calf, whatever, there's no reason to go. I'd have to see the dunk. Was he at the dotted line? I don't know how far inside the dotted line. It looked pretty far out to me from where he jumped from. That was an exclamation. You know, it almost, not in the same vein, it always reminded me of, I think it was like 2018 when Giannis saw Rudy Gobert and was like, you know what, it's in the game, but you know what, let me give you some sauce. And that's what Giannis did. And I think he felt himself when he hit that dagger jump shot, and then he gets the dunk at the end. I was just proud of his basketball team. And I think they can beat anybody with how they played tonight. That's winning basketball. This is winning basketball. What they shoot from three? Let me just check and see what they shot 14 and 34, 41%. That's good. That's a good night. 41% is a good night.
Anybody though. Anybody.
Yeah. Oh, they can beat anybody. Yeah.
I'm not writing off the Dunkin' Donuts people or the mistake by the lake either. We can beat anybody. I wanted to real quick. Louis Lamont, shout out to the homie in the chat. Lopez, Greek, Kuz, Dame, KPJ got to play more minutes together. Should definitely all play at least 7 every night. Hey, I hear you, but one of the things we got to be really, really, really cautious about is keeping this calf healthy for this playoff run, bro. And I think we've all said it, man. I think Brook was kind of on that cusp tonight of playing a little bit too many minutes, and there's no shots at Brook. I think Brook is a very good basketball player. I think he's a valuable member of this team. But I think, like you said the other night in Houston, when he gets a little bit long in the tooth in minutes, it kind of gets out of pocket. And then you got one more I want to get to real quick, Trainer, and I'm gonna be quiet and let you guru this joint out. Drive this car the way you drive it. Hey, Trey, this is no hate, only facts. Hey, Trey, can y'all please tell me why Dame only took 9 shots tonight? Out of all other nights, Dame chose this night to take the second fewest shots in the season. Why tonight? And I'm going to answer it, and I'll let you go ahead. I think he talked about it, no hate, only facts. Doc talked about it in the postgame, man. Dame was kind of running as a decoy tonight, man.
I wanted to ask you about that. What did Doc mean Dame was a decoy? I didn't even understand I saw you say, I didn't know if like that was a serious quote or he was just trying to joke. What do you mean? No. I'm confused. What do you mean Dame? Why was Dame? That confuses me. I'm very confused by that quote.
Yeah, so when he had it, you know, sometimes he'll say things and he'll have like that slide grin, and you can hear it in the way that he talks and stuff like that. It wasn't a slide grin, though. I think he was true. I think he felt like Dame matchup wasn't too favorable tonight, and he found looks for other guys, and he kind of picked his spots. Braun.
Wow, I don't understand why he wouldn't have that. Doesn't matter. That to me, when you said that to me is concerning. And Basketball Reach telling us about Pete Nance. We'll get to Pete Nance. I did hear about Pete Nance coming over on a 2-way deal. The Bucks let go of Liam Robbins as well. But so we'll get to that in a second. But that I'm not gonna lie, just that is concerning to me. And I didn't know where I wanted to go next. I didn't know that I really wanted to go Dame, but I will say that is concerning to me. That's even a discussion point, because Damian Lillard, again, this is a C- game from Damian Lillard. Where he saved himself was that in the second half he didn't turn the ball over like he did in the first half. That's when he starts to really get in trouble. When you're not scoring and you're turning the ball over. And again, he hit some clutch threes. He hit the 3. What was that, to end the quarter? I thought that was a big 3. He hit some momentum kind of threes in there. He hit the dagger 3 at the end of the game as well. Dame time to close stuff out. But that is concerning to me when you tell me that Dame was a decoy. I don't get that. I don't understand. You are supposed to lead. And I'll say this. Here's why I'll say this. Because this team, now tonight you had 6 guys in double figures. That's not going to be every night. Brook Lopez had 22, and I think you're able to attack him because Joker is a soft doughboy and didn't I said, you see the play where Torrian Prince came from the corner and Joker just looked at him, and Torrian, like, why wouldn't you go challenge a Torrian Prince drive? You just look at him, let him get a free dunk. Okay, hey, why not? I'll take it. But you don't want to play no defense. That's why you can't be the MVP out there. Don't want to play no defense. KML M92 says Dame as a decoy means he got rid of the ball quick when he got blitzed. I'll say this. That doesn't make sense to me because I've seen him get blitzed over and that's the first time I've heard Dame was a decoy. He's been blitzed. Yeah. But the first time he's been blitzed all year. And again, he had 4 assists tonight, so it wasn't like he passed the ball all around the circle. I guess that's what I'm getting at. And this is what I was gonna say. Damian Lillard. So we had 6 players in double figures tonight. That will not happen in the majority of games. That's what that's gonna happen. It happened tonight, and it was good. But this team will go as far as Damian Lillard and Giannis take them offensively. That's why I wasn't mad when you make the trade and you get rid of Chris Middleton, because you brought in Kyle Kuzma and the dynamic of the team is different. You have now, because the hope with Chris was, we're going to have a third scorer to also lean on. You can't tell me you're going to, and again, I'll say this for just loud and clear so everybody understands this. I'm not, like what Kyle Kuzma did tonight, that's what I'm more so less banking on. He'll find ways to get 15, 16 points. It may take him 15 shots to get there. He'll find it, but then he's going to give you excellent defense and do all the other little things. 9 rebounds, 5. He's going to do all the other little things. You have now, well, I'm saying this. This is what I'm getting at. You have now leaned all the way into Damian Lillard and Giannis. Y'all got to beat a horse. There is no third crutch guy that, again, if Chris Middleton, thanks to the heavens, would miraculously get healthy, there is no other guy that can go get you 35, 40 points. That guy's not on the roster. So it's Dame and it's Giannis. Y'all got to go every single night in the playoffs. So this decoy talk, I get I don't like that at all. I'm just saying, I don't like it. I don't like it. You got to score. Him and Giannis have to score. Everybody else got to get in where they fit in and run, play defense, and all the other stuff.
So I hear you, and I definitely appreciate it. I disagree with you, and here's where I disagree at. I welcome a game like this from Dame when the other guys are hitting. Now, when you're – and I think that he didn't get a lot of the assists because we don't have hockey assists, right? The extra pass still counts as a point in the game of hockey. And I think Dame made a lot of those extra passes that kind of got the ball movement and stuff like that. Now, this is where it has to stop, though. When Brook not hitting, when Gary Trent Jr. not hitting, when AJ's off or whoever it is that's off, then you got to take the ball back and say, hey, I'm not giving that pass. We're going to go cook. I'm okay with it as long as guys are scoring. To me, the beautiful thing about this, though, Trey, Bucks fans, Bucks Twitter, hey, man, we are versatile now. It's not just 1 or 2 guys that can beat you. We got multiple ways to beat you, and don't get it twisted. We got to do AJ Green, who can step in there and hit 12 threes one night and beat you, too. We got to do Brook Lopez, who can play with his back to the basket, or he may come out and hit 6 threes and beat you, too. We got a dude that's lurking in the wings that took the bad prescription that could come out and beat you. We obviously know 34 and 0 and the letter O going to get you. We got a dude 18 who can get you. We got a dude 5 who can get you. It's only a couple few dudes on this roster that may not be able to get you, man. And that's a good thing. Because when you try to match up with us in the playoffs, you might look around. He might be like, all right, well, I'm going to cut this dude. I'm going to cut that dude off. And we're going to cook you every which way possible. And I hate to get these bums up there with this Dunkin' Donuts any credit, but it's quite similar to what those Boston Celtics have up in Boston. You don't know which way it's going to come from. It could be Jaylen Brown or Tatum, who are your 2 rocks. It could be Sario, Derek White. It could be that dude, that old bum dude from Oregon, Peyton Pritchard. It could be our beloved son, Drew Holiday, one night. It could be that glass boy that get hurt every year. It could be Al Horford's old butt. You don't know which way they're going to come at you, but you know they're going to, hey, yo, come.
Hey,
that's all that matters. I'm catching myself. See, I'm catching on with the lingo.
You got it. I hear you. Yeah, we should have to agree to disagree. I just can't. I think yes, if you're Boston, that's the way you played all year, and that they will rely on that. I think in some ways the same way. That's how Cleveland kind of feels. is, hey, we got Ty Jerome. Ty Jerome might get off, might go off. Hey, here comes Darius Garland. Hey, Jared Allen might give you a double now. Hey, now they got your boy DeAndre Hunter, who's going crazy. But yeah, I think they kind of feel like that. I'm telling you, I will be upset if there are games in the playoffs where Dame out here, we floating around, and we gonna hopefully other people get it. Now I get it. Some people in the chat are saying, well, you saw, it was the game plan was to attack Joker defensively, and I agree. That I definitely agree with.
Attack who?
Attack Joker. Attack Joker.
Oh, the MVP? He MVP, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Giannis ain't never been no game plan attack Giannis. My bad, bro. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I'm just saying, I'm with you there. But yeah, I think it's just one of those things where, tonight it was fine, like I said, and it was because Brook had such a good offensive night. He did a really good job outside of the threes. And again, what I give Brook credit for was, hey, get in the paint and do your damage there. You were 1 for 6 from 3, but you found other shots. You found ways to impact the game. Let me go to the chat real quick. Todd Merrill says Prince needs to play more. This is interesting because again, Torrian Prince. But if you go to it's one of the things where you go to the numbers, that Prince and Giannis, that grouping. That starting group has not worked. Now, it worked tonight. Prince was a +10. All the starters were plus in the plus minus. Again, I think Denver's just not a good matchup for the Bucks. But again, I'll just say there's a lot of people who would disagree with that from a numbers perspective. Let me go to the top of the chat.
I disagree too. I think, man, right now, Torrian Prince hooping for the Bucks is about as hot as Quavo been since Takeoff went to heaven, man. Just saying.
So he has an interesting game because again, he's shooting like 46% from 3. He hits shot in theory, and you know where I thought Denver messed up tonight? I thought Denver messed up because they didn't attack. In the beginning of the game, they didn't really go at Torrian Prince with Jamal Murray. I thought they waited way too long to try to get Jamal Murray involved. But again, I think they thought they had a matchup with Joker and that they liked. And so they went at it. And I think Joker probably, to me, would have been more effective if he had, more like 15, 16, 17 assists and had one of those type games versus putting up 32 points. I think you can kind of live with that a little bit better than Joker, slicing and dicing. And again, Michael Porter Jr. Missing shots. Let's see. Let's see what the chat's talking about. Sammy says, where are all those bum Nuggets fans at? All that talking they did in here after last game. Do we have Nuggets fans in here last game?
No, that was that dude. I almost went left.
I remember.
That was that dude who was a Nets fan.
The Nets, right? Well, I remember that. Trina says, hey, CCC, what up? Trina, George Garrett says, the Bucks season depends on how well the second unit plays in relief of the starters. The Bucks are going to surprise the league in the playoffs. And I somewhat agree with that a little bit because, and to me, the second unit tonight, their biggest impact and contribution was the fact that I thought they played great defense. That, to me, there was another possession where I go, and again, they played a lot of that second unit with Kyle Kuzma. The other possession I thought was big was when Kyle Kuzma had, it was, I think, in the fourth, and he had Michael Porter Jr. On him, and Michael Porter, he forced a travel from MPJ. What you laughing at?
I'm laughing at I guess, man. He said Prince don't play like Tony Snell. He is Tony Shell.
Yeah.
Tony Snell is actually a good comparison to the dude, man.
He is. That isn't a bad comparison. It isn't a bad comparison.
I just, man, and I probably shouldn't have said the Quavo thing, so I'm sorry, man. But hey, man, TP just don't like when he making them corner threes. He's a great ball player.
Yes.
My thing is we bring you here for 3 and D, and the D ain't really where it needed to be. Gary Trent Jr.'s picked up the 3 and D stuff. AJ Green's pretty good at the 3 and D. TP just be struggling, man. And I know, Todd, he's second in the league, 3-point percentage and all that. That's some more of that statistical stuff that we talking about, man. The numbers are the numbers. But one thing's for sure, and 2 things are for certain. That dude take the ball off the dribble. I'm like, God, dog. It's like, I'm telling you, it's like Quavo, come on. I'm skipping the song. Love Amigos, though.
Well, so the thing about Torrian, he's on a minimum. So I think for a guy on a minimum contract, I think he's playing well. I think he's in a bad. He's not a 2. So yeah, I don't think you're putting him in an I don't think you're optimizing. His. I don't think you're using his usage at optimal rate when you're playing Torrian. Torrian Prince probably shouldn't be guarding uh uh Jamal Murray. That's not like that's really not a good match. Like that, you're putting him in a bad spot. It worked out tonight, but I think some of the matchups that you're putting him in, he shouldn't be guarding your best player. Your best wing player to start the game off. I just don't think that's a good spot for him. I think what you have him for is the corner 3. But yeah, if you put him on you got him guarding I think he could have guarded Michael Porter Jr. I think he'd have been fine in a situation like that because Michael Porter Jr. is stationary. He wants to shoot threes all night. I think Torrian Prince would be fine doing that, but you trying to give it like the other night he was guarding. He got cooked by Tyler Hero. He shouldn't be really guarding Tyler Hero. That's really so. So to me, that you are playing him out of his position and out of his comfort zone, and I think that kind of hurts a little bit for him.
So you think that's why the Bucks switched it to Kuzma on him in the 4th?
Well, yeah, I think late in the game, I think that we're starting to see that's just going to be a trend late in game. We saw him. Kuzma took on Jordan Poole at the end of the Washington game. Kuzma took on Hero at the end of the at the Miami game, and he took on Jamal Murray at the end of this game. Yeah, I think that's just going to be a thing where at that end of game lineup, because again, the end of game lineup a lot of times does kind of look like. Well, yeah, I think Gary Trent Jr. was in with them. I think they had it was the regular starters plus Gary Trent Jr. tonight. I want to say that's what they ended with. And so, yeah, you're either putting Gary Trent on or you running Kuzma on your best perimeter defender to end the game. And again, you know who else had a tough time scoring the basketball when he had to defend at a very high level?
Oh,
Drew Holiday.
Yeah, good point.
So when we talk about all these misses and hey, this guy's not shooting the ball like you want him to shoot the ball, it might be because you're asking him to again, it's not an excuse, but it might be because he's taking on the toughest assignment in the second half, and that could be wearing on him when you're playing tough. And I'd say it happened to Drew all the time. Notice one of the reasons why Giannis kind of sometimes will slack on the defense side. It's tough. Think about the first thing that happened to Chris Middleton when the defense, when he's still shooting the ball at high level. It's like, hey, I got to let one thing go. And, yeah, I can't be out here getting a defensive stance on it and then come back and try to cook on off. That's a tough thing to do. It is.
Quick Jaw McCall, shout out to the homie. Kuz and Prince are getting reps together for Tatum and Brown in the playoffs. What do you think about that? That's a good point, I think.
It is a good point. And I tell you that it's such a great point. And it's one of those things where sometimes it's okay to lose games and it's okay to play certain ways that for example, there are a lot of teams that won't utilize there's a lot of teams that won't game plan like specific for another team or something like that, or because it doesn't translate. It's like I'd rather play a certain way. This might not be the best thing for us to do, but we need to play this way. And again, or for example, that's probably not a good point. It's not probably not a good example. It's like playing a young guy over a veteran or something like that because you want the young guy to get reps. And hey, he may be screwing up right now, but I want him to play. Like I think a lot of people were like, hey, put Ryan Rollins in the game because KPJ wasn't playing his high. But I think the ceiling right now for KPJ is a little higher. So I'd rather roll KPJ out there and keep rolling with it and, let that play because in the playoffs, I think I might need that guy. So, yeah. So that's how I feel. Tom Merrill says, we really need to improve the rebounding. Offensive rebounding got killed again tonight. We give too many second chance, third chance opportunities. 14-7 on the offensive boards. How
much zone we play tonight?
We didn't play a ton of zone tonight. We didn't play a ton. Okay. There might have been a few percent. We didn't play a lot of zone tonight. And I think that's because Joker's going to kill his zone. I think it's tough to allow Joker no physical combat, letting him free range. That's a tough one. He's a tough guy to play his zone against. But only go ahead.
No, there's one other question. Sorry, I'm just. What did Nuggets shoot from? They shot 26% for 3-point, right? We're not about to make you. So
9 of 34.
if they're shooting 26% from free throw, and I hear you, Todd, you're absolutely right. I agree with you. We need to clean the offensive rebounding up. But sometimes when you're shooting them 30, 28 footers and stuff like that, the miss is going to come a little bit awkward. You don't know which way that ball going to go shooting from that deep. So give a little bit of grace to it, but go ahead, Guru.
Well, on the rebound, I think, to me, a lot of it's just want to and effort. I think they do a couple things. I think what you have is a lot of guys who are ball watching, and instead of going after rebounds, again, to me, our two best rebounders on the floor are Giannis and Kuzma. That played out tonight, 19-9, 19 for Giannis, 9 for Kuzma. But because they attack the glass, and we have guys that are just watching to see what happens. So I think that's what happens on the offense. But on the glass, defensive rebounding, offensive rebounding. The funny thing, this is what y'all asked for. This is what when I say y'all, I'm talking about the people. You know who wanted offensive rebound? Dr. Griffin. Dr. Griffin was trying to have them boys offensive rebound. And y'all, well, you can't do that. You got to get back on defense. You got to get back on defense because that's why you're giving up all these fast breaks. And then, okay, so now we get back. But the crazy thing is, we really don't even do that. We don't crash the offensive board. What we end up doing is, and that's what Tom Merrill say, no, it's strat right. That's what I'm saying. What we end up doing, we don't even end up getting back. They just end up not crashing and watching. They don't even get back. How many times we got beaten transition back off shot multiple times tonight? But it's because they're in no man's land. They're not doing anything. They are standing. That is what I see a lot of. I see a lot of guys, shot goes up on the offense. And so, yeah, if you want to get back, start hauling ass and getting back. They start looking. They just looking. And other teams are running. I mean, I don't understand it at all. I really don't.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Yeah.
How many of the fake rebounds you missing from Bobby Portis right now?
Yeah, no, we are missing somebody. Again, Bobby. So you have 3 guys on this team that I know that actually want to attack the glass. Really 4. Ajax don't get in no more. But it's Giannis, Kuzma, Ajax, and Bobby Portis. Those are the guys that really want to attack the glass. I guess that Kuzma ain't stealing Brook. Brook ain't wanting the rebounds. Brook stealing Kuzma stealing Brook. No, he ain't. He don't want no parts in rebounds. None of them.
Yeah, it was a miracle the other night. Brook had 8 rebounds, man, and that's another just facet. It's just so great to have the homie here. Because he goes and gets the ball. He sees it. If he can get it, he ain't tapping it. He ain't and it's no shade to Brook, because I think some of that tapping stuff works at the right time. But when you're tapping 90% of the time, I feel like we get in trouble. And sometimes, like you saw in that first half, it was a tap, it was a turnover, it was another tap. And then next thing you know, hey, the boy, Braun, we ain't calling you Braun, he's taking off for a wide open dunk, man. Yeah. So, hey, man, I'm thankful to have Kuzma. I'm thankful for, this roster 1 through 15 is great. And I know we about to get to this fake Nance coming.
This who?
This fake Nance. We ain't getting a real Nance.
You get a fake.
I want the daddy, man. I'm an old guy, man. I'm born in 82.
I want the daddy. That is crazy.
We gonna put the whole hat on that one. But Larry Nance Sr., he one of the best power forwards, underrated power forwards ever in the game of basketball, man. For y'all young bucks, I know the Guru old enough to remember him, and if he can't remember him, he's the smartest dude I know. So he got the YouTube highlights. Hey, real quick, one more thing, Trey. Hey, shout out to Chris King working, jumping in the chat tonight too. I see that
he in the chat. I'm trying to keep up.
He jumped in there, put them W's in there, man. Chris King holding us down, working, man. JT watching at the crib on load management. It's funny because he's on load management. All right, go ahead.
Absolutely. Dubs in the chat for Chris King. And yeah, we definitely appreciate it. I want to get into this before we do anything. I did want to ask you about the Brook Joker matchup. And all game long, I thought, and there were a lot of people who talked about Brook Lopez. I talked about Brook Lopez some tonight. I think there are moments where he's lazy. I thought, and again, he made up for it a lot tonight because he had 22 points. He had 22 points. I thought there are just some moments where it's like, go look at some of Joker's baskets. They're free runs to the basket. I do think he played a decent game tonight. Offensively is where he, like I said, I thought he made up for a lot of some of the deficiencies. But I just want to ask you, like, what did you think of the Brook Lopez Joker matchup? Again, Joker does finish with triple double tonight, 32, 14, and 10. But what do you think of how he played, and how Brook Lopez answered the call? Joker played 36. So and really, so you talk about another strategy from Doc Rivers. Clearly, Joker played 37 minutes tonight. The plan was to match Brook Lopez and Joker minutes.
So I thought Brook played a phenomenal game on the offensive end. I don't think, like, we and there's a lot of people, I see it, we talk about Brook being lazy. I don't think Brook being lazy. I think Brook is old.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what it is. Hey, man, I wake up in the morning. Hey, man, I want to get out there like I'm you, Guru. I want to hop out the bed and hop into my loafers and go to the office and be ready to get it. But, sometimes I walk into that car. It's about 37 and a half degrees. Start out here in, bright and sunny Raleigh, North Carolina. Hey, them bones ain't moving the same no more, big dog. And his bones are Jurassic Park size bones for human terms. And he kind of slow. But I thought he did a very good job tonight. Thought he had some timely blocks tonight. He had some timely rebounds tonight. Timely shot alters. Protected that rim pretty well. I know Joker got some easy buckets. But, ladies and gentlemen, we cannot forget. This dude is y'all alleged MVP. Alleged, because we know nobody in this chat and nobody on this Twitter are rocking with them dudes over there in the Rocky Mountains. I thought he did a good job. I thought he did as good as you could do against arguably everybody else's best player in the NBA. They're taking the guy off the dribble. I thought that was just a game changer for me, man. I think that dunk and that N1 was a momentum changer, and that's what kind of solidified this win to me, man. I almost threw out a game ball. Pause.
Ty Barrel saying the Bucks won because of Brook. I'm not going that far. And now we get.
Hey, I can see it.
I am not going.
Momentum changing dunk, bro.
Win because I look at that second group and what they did in the fourth quarter before I go Brook Lopez. You can't give up a triple double and then me tell you that you the reason we won the game. I can't do that. I'm not going that far. That's all I'm saying. Ed Dugard says Jericho's getting a lot better with more minutes. His footwork to close out is great. It absolutely is. I think he's playing again. Talk about it. He's playing hard, and that's half the battle. One of those guys that just comes in and plays really hard. He does a good job. And you know who else does a good job?
I know you finna go. Hold on. You know who he playing harder than?
Who was that?
DeLon Wright.
Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah, 100%. 100%. There's no question about it.
On that trade.
Like again, here's the thing. Everybody who's like even Ryan Ronson didn't play. That's the difference with this roster right now is everybody can actually play. Everybody like Ryan Ronson had to get. Is he the best player to play over certain guys? No, not anymore. Ajax the best player to get over some guy? No. Even Pat Con. I forget Pat Con's on the damn team, but everybody right now can at least play. And yeah, when you had DeLon Wright, was unplayable guy. Marjon Beauchamp was an unplayable player. Like, think about it. You took two guys that you didn't want to play under any circumstance and took those guys off the roster. And even again, I would take it a step further. Not that you couldn't play, but he couldn't play because he just wasn't available. Chris Middleton. So you read the trade, and that's why this trade deadline was so good for the Bucks. Because you took three guys that couldn't play for whatever reason. You didn't want two of the guys to play, and one of the guys just was always hurt. You had three guys that couldn't play, and you replaced them with three guys that you can play. That is what the trade deadline was about. And again, we'll see what ends up happening with Kuzma and the playoffs, and we'll see what it looks like. But that ultimately is what it's about. You know where else you can play? Curly's Waterfront Sports Bar and Grill. You can play Wednesday night and Thursday night. You can play bingo and trivia. And tonight was a Thursday night. And you know what tonight was?
Oh, man, I know Curly's got to be out of them $3 joints. They probably watching this on the TV and they're drinking them. Still drink them $3 joints, right?
Man, I know they drank them boys under the table. National TV game. And because of the national TV game for the Milwaukee Bucks, $3 bottles and pints out there. Lake Pewaukee, Wisconsin. Curly's Waterfront Sports Bar and Grill. If you go out there, play bingo, play trivia, you know what they got for you?
Bucks tickets.
They got Bucks tickets. Section 102, row 23, seats 1 and 2. get out there. The season is coming to a close. So you need to go out there and see the rest of the Bucks games out there at Curly's Waterfront Sports Bar and Grill. Tell them the Guru sent you. Tell them the Cream City Crossover sent you. Curly's Waterfront Sports Bar, proud sponsor of the Cream City Crossover. Let's see. Think Eagle says, lie. We nearly lost because of Brook. Sammy says Kuzma can't miss open layups in the playoffs. I am concerned there. They're going. I'm not gonna like it. There, I will. I'm not gonna disagree that there are some concerning things that you want to see him hit layups. Like I'm not gonna sit here and say you don't want to see it hit layups. Cream City 1846 is. I saw the way y'all was talking about Giannis. Okay, here we go. I like this one. I saw the way y'all was talking about Giannis the other day. Y'all absolutely don't speak for us real Bucks fans, and y'all are part-time fans anyway. Oh, this is a dork to be coming in here. Cream. I ain't seen Cream City 1846 in a minute. Again, we didn't talk about. Here's the thing. So this thing I said. He's talking about how we talking about not having them play in the Olympics or whatever. Not the Olympics, but in Greece in the summer. I'm telling you this, Cream City. So you must not think John Horst is a real Bucks fan. You must not think the Bucks ownership. I'm telling you for a fact, none of them want to see him play overseas if he's not playing the playoffs. That's not a thing. If you have a business, you don't want to see your product, your guy doing something that for somebody else when you paying him $50 million. You don't want to see it. Now, does that mean you can stop him from doing it? No, you can't. Giannis holds all the leverage. But do you think they want him doing it? Hell no. And the difference between me and them is Giannis. I don't owe anything to Giannis. That's the only thing owe anything to me. And I'm not on the Bucks payroll, so I can tell you it's a dumbass idea. It is a stupid decision. If you can't play in the playoffs, there's no way that you want to play, that you should be playing out in Greece. And again, I'll say, I know Giannis wants to do it. I'm not Giannis. It gives me no personal gratification for Giannis to go play out in Greece. I don't care. The only point to me, the only reason you should, if you are from Greece or for some reason you root for Greece, that would make sense. I couldn't care less about the Greek national team. I don't care if they win a game, lose a game. I don't care. So again, all I care about is the Milwaukee Bucks. And again, I said it before. I was a Bucks fan before Giannis got here. I'll be a Bucks fan when Giannis leaves. So yeah, my loyalty is not to Giannis. Same thing with Chris. Like I said, same thing with Chris. That's why I don't get so wrapped up. Oh, he can't leave Chris. But my loyalty is not with Chris. It's with the Bucks. So if I think it's in the Bucks' best interest to get rid of Chris Middleton, I'm going to be for that. If I think it's in the Bucks' best interest for Giannis, especially if you can't play the damn playoff games, if I don't think it's in his best interest to go out there for the Bucks to go out there and play in Greece, I'm going to say I don't think it's in his best interest to do that. But that's me.
Hey, what them TNT boys say every time someone come on stupid, man? They tell you your mama. Just your mama, dog. Like, get that soft stuff out of here, part-time Bucks fans. Fool, we sitting up in that Bradley Center when didn't nobody want to go up in there. Like, you want me to go back to whatever logo? Like, whatever logo you want to pick on the side of this hat, homie, we got them. We been there. Part-time Bucks fan. You part-time, your mama part-time, your daddy part-time, your whole family part-time. The hell out of here with that stuff out of here, man. Talking about, oh, yeah, dog, we said, hey, we ain't want Giannis to play in the Olympics. You know why? Because we want to parade down Wisconsin Avenue.
Right. And for the record, if Giannis plays every game in the postseason for the Bucks, go ahead. Because again, you know who last thing I say, because the Lakers are on right now. I've never ever said that LeBron, because somebody brought that point to me. Because this isn't the first time I've said this. Somebody brought that point to me. You don't say anything when LeBron plays because LeBron has played full. He's played so many postseason games. He's played full seasons, full of just postseason games. He is available. Generally, LeBron is available in the postseason. So yes, for a guy like that, I don't mind you going out there because you clearly. I'm not gonna say he takes care of his body better than you, but I'm just saying he goes out there and plays. And so if he plays, he plays. I never saw you at the Bradley Center. Then that's on you, fool. Because I was out there at the Bradley Center. What are you talking about?
Oh,
what are you talking about?
Big
I was
fact.
at you know where I didn't see you, Cream City? I didn't see you at the Mecca game. When they was out there at the Mecca game at the damn UW arena. Milwaukee Pan. I ain't see you out there. I was there. How about that? Come on, man. Don't give me that. Don't give me that.
So I got the Guru about 10 years. So I remember when the Mecca was the Bucks arena.
There you
like,
go.
dog, what you not gonna do is come in here and like try to shade homies because they got a different opinion than you, homie. And hey, one thing I'm gonna tell you, you know who else shouldn't have played in the Olympics for the US? Joel Embiid. Yeah, right. He ain't there.
Right. And I guarantee you the Philadelphia 76ers brass are sitting there like, why the hell you go out there winning a gold medal with them and your ass and now you need surgery can't even finish the season. Forget player, you can't even finish regular season. I you know it's funny. I was in a Reddit chat like 2 years ago trying to tell Philadelphia fans to trade Joel Embiid. They kicked me out the chat. I bet you they wish they trade him now. I bet you that. I bet you that.
Hey, one last thing to the homie, then we're gonna treat that dude like them Barrett boy. Give me the oldest Buck you remember. The oldest one you remember. Put it in the chat. If you got one older than me and the Guru, we gonna cash up you $100 right now.
Well, I ain't gonna cash up you $100. But
I got him. I sent him the $100.
But yeah, man, he out there on Google, man. He out there on Google. You can't do it. He might be on Google.
Yeah. Give me the oldest. Give me the year you were born in and the oldest Buck you remember. How about that? That's fair, right?
It is fair. It is fair. He says, so you disrespect my mama. Yeah, okay. Good thing you're not in the city. Good thing you're not. Man, shut up. Anyway, you just do that here.
Yeah.
This dude out here. Anyway, you know what, Cream City? I'll go up there for a playoff. We'll go up there for playoff. We're gonna be up there for one of the playoff games this year. So we'll run into you. Meet me out. Meet me in the Deer District. Meet me in the Deer District.
Marty Conlon had his mama too. Get out of here.
Your mom's y'all funny, man.
Blue Edwards. We talking about Blue Edwards, fool. I'm Craig Hodges. Who you talking to? I'm Jack Sigma. I'm Sidney Marbury.
Hey, let him know.
Get your bum
ass. Know.
Hey, what Steve the Stoner say? Get your bum ass out of here. It ain't even wet over there.
Oh man, get him, That's how we do it, man. It's realness over here. I'm not mad at it. Let's see what the people talk about. Let's see what they're talking about on Twitter before we get to the game ball.
Hey,
go ahead.
I'm so bad. Hey, homeboy is Theodore Blue Edwards. He from East Carolina University, Greenville, North Carolina.
There you
Get
go.
your bum ass out of here. Hell you talking to?
I guess
my Milwaukee Bucks tattoo's older than you, homie.
It is. You got the tats. Will Lindquist says, so we bring our moms to the Cream City event. Y'all fooling right now in the chat. Y'all hilarious right now. Let's do it. Let's go to the Twitter. At JR Horvath says, just need this team to start being more consistent. Big win, but now let's string together some more success. Need to be able to win on the road. Have to get that 4 seed, going to have to lock in for the next month. I told you, I think the Bucks are going to be beyond the 6. I don't think they're going to have the 6 seed. I know Detroit's playing well. I know Indiana's playing well. I'm just not concerned. And even if they are the 6, I'm just not concerned. I'm just not concerned. I am more concerned about being healthy. I think the chips will fall wherever they fall. And again, a game like tonight was, because again, let's be clear. A lot of these, now I know about Cream City, but a lot of these Bucks fans, they were counting tonight as a loss. Because they're always talking about, the schedule, and it's a tough schedule. You got to go out and win some basketball games. There's no question about it. You got to win some basketball games. At Jules ESQ says, Giannis showed that even on the minutes restriction, he's still the best player in the world. Absolutely dominated offense and defense. Now that he has an athletic wing defender next to him in Kuz, we'll see how dominant this Bucks team can be on defense. At Ellis is ready. Said Kuzma didn't do much offensively in the second half, but his defense was exceptional. Quick Draw McGraw says, I must apologize to Brook Lopez. His second half was a complete turnaround from his first half performance. I was definitely annoyed watching Brook in the first half. Kudos to him for stepping it up. At this is a Kuzma hater here. At Dayon Moniker says, thank goodness for Kuzma shooting 5 of 15 from the floor. 1 of 5 from 3. 0 points in the second half. Wild shots and air balls. Plus causing MPJ to miss all those wide open threes. He was a plus 19 though, so I guess that matters or maybe not, according to some. Okay. Sad state of affairs, man. It's just sad. It's just sad. These people are like I said, some people are just never happy. That's all it is. At Shaq B94 says Kuzma guarded Murray and Jokic on one possession and got a stop, and it was under 2 minutes. Bro has been incredible on defense. Yes, I mentioned that when that was the play to me. That was the thing that showed me everything about Kyle Kuzma tonight. The Wisconsin kid.
Basketball.
Let's do a couple more. The Wisconsin kid says, very impressive win. Transition defense needs to improve, and a couple of players need minutes reduced. But this team has potential when they are locked in.
Homie, no credit.
And last one, at GA_hoop says, man, the Bucks exposed Joker on defense again. Get that bum out of here. Giannis run this shit. Best in the world. My MVP, Giannis. I'm hyped. LFG. We'll do one more. At Light Sarah says, biggest W of the regular season. NBA Cup not included. Doc's still messing up the rotation, but we still get a statement dub. Kuz is a very, very big factor. GTJ, the X factor off the bench, but I think should start and close already. So again, really good stuff. A lot of people are saying Ryan Rollins is done. Is that confirmed, or y'all just? I know this is the last regular season game he could play without being. Is that confirmed that Ryan Rollins is? Did he not get that? That's interesting if he didn't get that spot. Because so and before we go to the look around, let's go ahead because people have been talking about it in the chat already. But the Bucks waived Liam Robbins before the game, which meant the Bucks had an open 2A spot and open spot on the main roster. Tonight was Ryan Rollins' last game of NBA availability on this 2-way contract. So then the Bucks brought in, what's the man's name?
Nance kid.
Pete Nance, is that his name?
Pete Nance, yeah, Pete Nance. Yep.
Pete Nance. They bring in Pete Nance. Now, I have not seen a lot of Pete Nance. I know Larry Nance. Do you have any? I can't tell you much about Pete Nance. I know he played 7 games for the Sixers. Apparently, he's played decent in the G League. Stretch big, put the ball on the floor, can slash as well. Apparently, he's in the G League. He shoots about 36% from 3 on 6 3-point attempts. So it looks like he can shoot the ball a little bit, and he can move. I think it's the guy who is probably going to compete for minutes with Bobby Portis being out is Jericho Sims. I think from what I understand, again, I'm just saying from what I understand. You guys in the chat, if you know more about him, let me know. But from what I understand, he's probably a little more polished than a Jericho Sims. I don't know if his defense and activity is at the level that Jericho Sims is, but he's probably more polished. Like to me, Jericho Sims don't look like a basketball player. Like he looks like a guy playing basketball versus he looks like an athletic guy playing basketball. Ed Duggar says, right, yeah, Rollins is done. Tonight was the last night. I just don't, I don't know. How things work in the back. Hey, they might be throwing up, how they do the scholarship guys when they about to get somebody a scholarship and they play around. Hey, at the end they throw the water on them or something. I don't know. They could be doing a celebration like that in the locker room for Rollins for getting his contract. I don't know. But that leads your question of who are you going to sign? If you're not, because I saw some people saying Jalen Hood-Schifino. I saw some people saying what's the man's name?
Jack West?
No, I didn't see anybody saying Mo Bamba. What's the man's name that Johnny Davis? I saw some people saying Johnny Davis.
That's that. Hold on. Let me drink some of this Kool-Aid. That's that Wisconsin Kool-Aid.
Yeah, I saw some. So I don't know where you go then if you're not signing Rollins.
So he's 6'10", 225 with a jump shot. He played at Northwestern, so that means he got to be smart to get into the institution, right? Like you got to be a smart kid to go there. Transferred to play at Carolina. I don't remember much at Carolina. Hey, I'm not well versed on his NBA game, right? Like, just keep it a buck. NBA game, NBA G League game, whatever. I heard you say he got something wrong with the Sixers. Hey, look, Liam Robbins, he was good. He had the best haircut on the team, coming from the dude that ain't got no hair. So we're gonna rock with the homie with the mullet. It doesn't move me. It doesn't. Like, I'm just cool. Get a body in here. We're going to have some games where we'll be blowing teams out, hopefully, other than the alternative. Get him some run. And if he shows something good, hey, he's a guy we might be able to keep for a little bit longer, man. Todd, completely disagree with you as far as Johnny Davis sucks, though. Like, I don't think Johnny sucks. I think Johnny went to the worst organization to be a lottery pick. We talking about an organization that drafted Kwame Brown #1. Like, pick a lottery pick who they've picked that's succeeded. John Wall, Bradley Beal, and then everything else is downhill. Now, the kid they got this year, Sarah, is that his name? The boy, he good basketball player. But I don't want Johnny Davis on the Bucks, man. I want Johnny Davis to go figure out life, go hoop, and do a little bit better. But I'm cool with it, man. And Mo Bamba's just great because we could have Shaq West as we enter the court just for that alone.
Yeah, hey, no, the interest would be nice. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna be him. I don't know where they go. I don't know where they go if they're not going with the boy Ryan Rollins. Somebody said Ryan Rollins, they gotta hate. Yeah, he has to hate KPJ. It's crazy. That's how fast life changes. Like he was a shoo-in. That is how fast life changes in sports and life. He was a shoo-in to get this contract, and the next thing you know, you're trading Marjan for KPJ. Your minutes are gone. It's a wrap. And it took like 2 games before they were like, yeah, nah, we're good.
But in this, how Billy shouted you out as far as your monologue. In this words of Tim Allen, our Milwaukee Brewers guy. This is the Milwaukee Bucks 2024-2025 championship season. So if that is truthfully the case, Ryan Rollins played a major role. Can we rewind back to one thing on the Twitter, though? Because it kind of like, it got my, like the 1947, the Old English boy, the Pabst Blue Ribbon boy, Old Milwaukee boy, Cream City 1846, kind of got me pissed off about him.
Okay.
Dude, that was like, Kuzma was 5 for 15 from the floor. Right? You know what I'm talking about? That tweet?
Yeah. That's he was in here for a second. I don't know if he's still here. Don, I think he thought you were talking about him. I think when you were talking about Twitter, I think you were talking about somebody else, but go ahead.
I was just talking about Twitter in general.
Okay. I thought you were talking about somebody specific.
We know negative how negative Bucks Twitter can be. But it's funny, man. My guy on Twitter, I don't want to say this on here. I love this brother. I think he is great. I love his insight. Like sometimes my glass be half full. He got 17 glasses and they all the way empty. Wisconsin kid though. But shout out to the homie though. The next tweet that followed it up that you read talked about Kuzma locking in on defense.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and we talked about this earlier in the season when Gary was suffering from the back spasms and stuff like that. If you can't contribute on the offensive end, you gotta find a way to win a basketball game. And that's what I love Kyle Kuzma for, man. Like, we got guys here that can hoop on both ends of the court. Giannis is the guy. Giannis started out like that, where his offense would struggle, and he still find a way to impact the game. KPJ is a way. KPJ, these last couple games haven't been his best offensive games, but he still found a way to impact these basketball games, man. So I am so excited about Kuzma, man. I just wish, as Bucks fans, we could get past this Middleton Kuzma stuff. And it's kind of unfair to Kuz because Kuz is one of us now. And K-Mid was great for us. Oh, your boy Jacob Brock. Is that Brockwell? Nance played mostly as a stationary shooter for the 76ers, but he's a good athlete. Would bring more on the offense than Sims, but I don't think he's a center on defense. Hey, but maybe you can play them 2 dudes together if that's the case, right, Trey? Because we talked about it like with Bobby. Bobby isn't a defensive player. He'll make you a hero defensive play. I'm a big Bobby guy. But he's not going to play your good, solid defense every single possession, every play of the game. But that's what Sims will do. And he'll rebound it or try to rebound it at least. Sorry, bro.
Well, yeah, I think you're in a tough spot playing a guy on a 10-day and whatever. Excuse me, not 10-day. Playing a guy on a 2-way and then playing Jericho Sims. I think that's an interesting combo to see if that worked. Again, it could work. I think it's gonna be interesting. I think it's gonna be interesting to see what the Bucks, how they end up doing it, and what ends up happening. Todd Merrill said another said the Bucks won't convert Rollins. I wouldn't, but they still can anytime. So yeah, so I think people are saying that he's not or he's done. They can still convert Ryan Rollins at any time. So we'll see if that takes place. But yeah, I think, again, bring Pete Nance on. I'm excited, and come in and be ready to work. And again, to me, at the very least, it's another guy. At the very least, it's another guy who is young. How old is he? That's my question. How old is Pete Nance?
25.
20. Yeah, there you go. Another guy should be young, ready to run. Come on and run. When we need somebody to run, you come on, run. That's what I'm looking for. Guys that can do that. Continue on with the youth movement. But again, I was excited about tonight. I'm excited about the state of the Bucks and where they are. Tonight was a good night. This is a good win against a quality opponent. At home. I thought the 5-serve was a little. I think the 5-serve. Speaking of 5-serve, got to get a little more rowdy. I need a little more energy. Kevin Harlan and Reggie Miller shouldn't be out here trying to pump you up and get you stand up during the broadcast. Right, you gotta be up there letting them know what it's about.
You do your thing.
You gotta let them know what it's about. We're gonna sweep. Yeah, oh yeah. When the sweep come out, you know what it is when we come out and it's ready to sweep time. And I did that in the heart of Detroit. So we ain't never scared. We was in Detroit getting ready for the sweep. So all good on that.
F your 8 Mile.
What'd you say? Yeah, right.
F your 8 Mile.
Right, exactly.
Hey, real quick, with Sims and Nance on the floor, because I'm just projecting for us real Bucks fans, we finna be up by 25-30. So let's put these jokers on the floor and see what they can do.
Yeah, well, that's what you want to see. You want to see him up by, but yeah, you want to see him up. You want to see him up. You want to see him win. That's all this is about. And let's notch together some wins. I'm looking at it because again, the next game, and I said, the Bucks play again Saturday night against Dallas. Very good basketball team, but I don't think they'll have Anthony Davis still isn't back playing. So again, it's one of those games where you got to go stop Kawhi. They're a good defensive basketball team. Let's see what they did tonight. They beat the Hornets tonight, 103-96. I'll tell you, they're a good basketball team. They're a well-coached basketball team. They're doing all of this and staying competitive and staying, in the fight with no like Saturday night should be another because I forgot all of their bigs are hurt. All of it. Yeah, tonight should be a night. They out there starting who are they starting at center? They starting Moses Brown at center. Put up 20-11 tonight. Like, go out there, play good defense. You should be able to attack them in the paint. You should be able to attack Giannis and Brook. This should be talking about, since y'all talk about everybody got to be a decoy. Giannis and Dame should go out Saturday and just dominate. But again, so that's a well-coached team because they're staying above 500. They're 4 games over 500. They ain't had Anthony Davis. They're living off Kyrie and Max Christie and just a lot of hoop vibes. So you got to go out and beat them. But they're a very beatable team with everything that they have. And then you have then you come back on Monday. No, excuse me. So we play the Mavericks Saturday.
Tuesday in Atlanta.
And then Tuesday, you're in Atlanta. Another team, Atlanta's 5 games under 500. Atlanta is a team that the things you have to do to them. And they always seem to play us tough, but you got to be able to stop. You got to be able to get some stops on Trae Young, and you got to be able to keep the scoreboard moving. Again, I said about you won 5 out of your last 6, and then you had the Mavericks on the back-to-back next night. If you did go out and beat them again, everybody talk about how hard this schedule is. To me, you can win all of these, and then you got the Magic on next Friday. You could win all of these. All of these are the Magic are not playing very well right now. You could win all of these games and be on Mavericks. Mavericks, Hawks, Mavericks, Magic. You could literally, you won 5 of your last 6. You could be on 7, 8, 9, 10. You could have won 9 of your next 10 games. And we should be having a totally different discussion about this basketball team. That's where this should be.
Yeah, so the thing and I'm so glad you read that they're a very well-coached basketball team.
You know they are.
You read after you read the Twitter comments, because I'm sure they're about to light us up because, there's so many J. Kidd haters in this world. But, hey, look, y'all just got to go for 40. There's no one to stop him. It's so disrespectful to my guy, my Marquette legend, Obax, to have this dude not starting and you having this dude that's at somebody Boys and Girls Club in Dallas playing the game. What is he, a Texas legend? Isn't that the team in Austin? Like, why is he starting? Omac should be started, but it's all good. Hey, but you're absolutely right. And the thing about the Atlanta Hawks, the dude that kills us, the Nikola legend, his daddy ain't gonna be at that game in Atlanta because his son's hurt. There's no excuse for it.
No.
Gotta go play witted basketball now. This ain't the same team before. We got Kyle Kuzma, we got Jericho Sims, we got Kevin Porter Jr. We got what that boy name is, Pete Dance. That boy, we got that boy too. Let's just go, man. We got a bunch of dogs. Hey, Trey, we might need a on-site location in Atlanta Tuesday night, man. We might need that pull up, Cream City crossover pull up.
Pulling up to the ATL. Yeah, nah, it's facts. That's what we need. But yeah, nah, I'm telling you, I am so, and that's what we started the show with this, Justin, saying there's so much negative talk about a team that you wouldn't think this team's won 4 in the last 5 games the way people talked about them. All because, and it's crazy. All of that because what they lost to the Rockets last night, to the other night by 3 points. I guess that confuses me. That's a thing. You're 7-3 in your last 10. You are 7-3 in your last 10 basketball games. Better than the Knicks, better than the Pacers. So, and again, the East has been playing some good ball. And it'd be really nice. I'd love it tomorrow night if Denver goes out and go beats Detroit tomorrow night. They on the back-to-back. Go out and take them boys out in Detroit. Give us a little reprieve. A little get back, a little breather room in the standings.
Hey, King and King, it's not funny if I say 7, 6, and 5th mile. Like, that's not funny. The movie was 8th Mile. That makes it more funnier. We take a shot at I'm sorry, Eminem. That's his name? Eminem? That's your generation, Trey.
Spaghetti. You know the song.
Hey, B-Rabbit in the building.
Yeah.
But for real, the Bucks just got a hoop. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, going forward, like, all this stuff that we were talking about at the beginning of the season, 2-8 and all that stuff, that's okay. We're past that now. Like, now, we got to see the dogs come out, man. I need them KPJ boys to come out. I need these other dudes to come out. Hey, man, let's just win it. Whatever we can win, let's win that. I don't care who we play in the playoffs, including 1 or 2. If we go to that play-in,
I'd be disappointed if we go to play-in, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I would too.
There's no reason to play unless you are 5 games ahead of Orlando, right? There's no reason you're gonna play in. There's no reason.
Yeah. No play-in. But whoever we play, if we got a healthy team, we can beat anybody from 1 to 10 in the East and 1 to 10 in the West. So our thing is to get healthy. I'm almost like sit Giannis for a couple few games. But that's at Creedmoor, North Carolina.
On the sitting Giannis, again, it depends. To me, it depends on his health. If he can play, you can play. If he needs to sit, I don't mind sitting him. But if he say he's all right, I'm okay with it. We have to manage the injury. But yeah, this is the crazy thing about this is the way we play. The rest of the East is very fortunate that they've played well because the Bucks really. Playing the way they played, they really should have been making a move. And it's just the fact that Detroit's played well around them and Indiana has played very well around us. And so, it is what it is. But, I mean, if these other teams, if we're talking about normal situations, the Bucks are on the move right now. Again, it's just Detroit and Indiana. I want to say Detroit has like a top 5 record since like, I think I remember it was like since like December or something, whatever. There's like a while they've had like one of the top 5 records in the NBA since a certain date. The Indiana Pacers, I believe, in their last 30, they're like remember they were at the bottom of the thing. They're like 22-8 in their last 30 games or whatever it is. So again, these teams are peaking, definitely peaking at the right time. And again, even though it doesn't, I don't know why people think it doesn't feel like it. The Bucks are too, and they're you say what you want, but they're a 3-point. Loss away from and they really should have got that in Houston the other night. So it is what it is. You ready to do game ball?
We got about a couple few of them joints to give out, don't we?
Yeah, we can do a couple. Go ahead. Yeah, I'll let you go first. The game balls.
I'm gonna go my first game ball. My game ball. Splash Mountain. Brook Lopez. Thought he played a good basketball game tonight, man. And then because I kind of feel like we've been doing this, we've been rocking for a while, man. You know, you the homie. Taught me a lot of stuff on that golf course when we linked up.
You taught
So
me.
I'm gonna go number 2. I'm gonna go to the best decoy of the game, Damian Lillard.
Okay. Okay, great. So yeah, you made that real easy for me then. Because you know me, I'm gonna go Giannis 28, 19, and 7, 1 block.
Sure.
You know, that's real easy to talk about how great of a game Giannis played. And you know, again, I thought it was one of the things, to me, it looked like one of those games where, you know, he understood the matchup, he understood the magnitude of the game. It's an MVP type of performance, playoff finals type of preview. I think they talked about during the broadcast. It gave us some playoff vibes. I would agree with that. That's how I kind of felt a little bit. So I give Giannis the game ball, and then my second game ball, I give one out for Chris King, since he's not here. I think I'm gonna go Gary Trent Jr., 15 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals, 6 of 8, 75%. I could have gone Kuzma, and I'll say this. There was a point that you made during this. You talked about, and we've talked about this before, where, you know, if your shot's not falling, you know, what other things are you doing? And it goes back to the story. You know, I've heard Sam Mitchell tell it before, where, you know, the coach asked him, you know, if your shot is not if your shot's not falling tonight, do I need to bench you? Because if you're only going to play defense when your shot is when you're playing, if your offensive game being bad means that you are going to slack or you're going to sulk on the other end, then if you're not having a good offensive game, you got to sit with me. And so again, that is the difference. We talk about Kyle Kuzma, especially, is he can be 5 of 15. Does he look deterred at all on a defensive? Like he never looks like, never look he run down the court like, man, I done missed the last 4 shots in a row. I can't. That's a thing, guys. There are guys in the NBA right now who will do that. They miss 4 shots in a row and they cannot play any defense at all for the rest of the game because they can't fathom that they're not shooting the ball well. That we don't have that kind of stuff going on, and so I like the fact that that's what we have going right now with the Bucks.
Hey, homie, you got the best monologue for Bucks post game there is. So if you want to give 1, 2, 3 of them joints out, cool as you got 1, 2. Hey, we might as well go ahead and throw one to Doc too if we doing it, man.
I thought Doc had a good game plan. I thought the game plan, it worked out. It definitely worked out. I wasn't mad at it, especially dealing with Bobby being out and you're dealing with minutes restriction.
Can I make an arbitrary decision, man?
You can always do that.
So for the rest of this postseason, because that's what we in now. We in the postseason now.
Okay.
Man. This is where we at. So we do our 4 game balls, and we got to get 1 game ball from the chat, man. The game ball from the chat. What you think?
Yeah, if they could get in accords with one another, I'm sure we have game balls all over the place. King of King has Giannis for the game ball. So
there we go.
So the chat's going with Giannis for the game ball. Rick Hamilton says, who had more 25, 15, and 5 games? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or Wilt Chamberlain? I don't know. That's a good, interesting stat. Maybe I guess I would guess Wilt.
That's that Curly's trivia.
That's a Curly's trivia.
Pass me one of them $3 joints.
Yeah,
we up.
I would guess Wilt. If I had to. I don't know if you hear the dog in here snoring or whatever. She having night dreams. And wake up, girl.
Hey, Will, we got you with the first one. I gave the first one to Lopez, my brother.
Yeah, so Will says Lopez. And then you talking good Kurt Kuzma, just keep it going. Io says Giannis game ball. Definitely. I think, Giannis to me. You can always give Giannis game ball. King says Detroit stand up. You got
that's about that. That's an 8 mile joint.
Yeah. Any final words in a 121-112 victory for the Bucks over the Nuggets?
I'm just excited for this look around, my brother. I'm ready for the look around.
What you got? All right, go ahead. What you got in the look around? What do you want to get to?
First of all, The doc gives us our prescriptions, and Bart we trust. So I got my Panther on my shirt.
Oh, that's what it was, yeah.
And my Panther is for the Milwaukee Panthers. Bart Lundy, big win. But it's Black History Month. This shirt isn't just a shirt. Shout out to Shaka Smart. This is from the Milwaukee Colored Panthers. And it is our last night of Black History Month. So I wanted to make sure we saluted the homies. Hey, man, just a great time to be a basketball fan from the state of Wisconsin. I know some Foo Schnickums boys say we ain't really from there. We part-time Bucks fans, whatever. Hey, man, I dunk on you, I dunk on your mama. Still at the mama.
Well said. I agree. I love the history. I love the shirt. And yeah, looks good. The Milwaukee Black Panthers. I like it.
Colored Panthers.
Colored Panthers. Colored Panthers.
That's what it say on the back.
What? I saw Eric Adams talking about getting Negroes. It's funny, man.
Opened up some stuff now.
Yeah. But yeah, no, a good deal. That's the way to close out Black History Month with a win for the Milwaukee Bucks. Rick Hamilton, it was Wilt 198, Jabbar 153 on the 25, 15, and 5 games. So there we go. Will Liquid says he loves being able to join us every game, every post game. Hey, man, we love it. We love to do it. It's always fun. And yeah, man, I'm enjoying it. I didn't have anything for the. Oh, well, I guess I will do. Let me. I'm about saying we ain't got to look around. I gotta get. Yeah, I gotta at least see what happened. 121-112 Bucks win. Lakers are up 12 over the Timberwolves right now. The Warriors, Steph Curry, my goodness, 56 points, 12 of 19 from 3. Steph went crazy tonight, and they only won by.
Can I pause you 1 second? Yeah. So we talk about all these Bucks trades we should have had and all that, but that Monte Ellis, Lord have mercy for Bogey. We could have had Chef in the mill. And I'll let you finish, and I got one for you when we're done. Go ahead.
Okay. It's interesting. Jimmy Butler only had 5 points tonight. 5.7 assists tonight. He was 1 for 7 from the field, but they continue to win with Jimmy Butler in the lineup. Mavericks beat the Hornets tonight 103-96, and then the Phoenix Suns. This is a terrible loss from the Phoenix Suns. I mean, they're done. I mean, they are done. Again, they had they didn't have Beal playing tonight, but again, you have Booker go for 36, you have Kevin Durant go for 28. You lose to the New Orleans Pelicans, who have, I mean, so many guys are out for the Pelicans. Like that is Zion had a triple double. But there's no way you can't lose at home to New Orleans Pelicans, and you're fighting to get into the play-in. That can't happen.
So is KD gone? I didn't mean to stop you again. But
there's no question KD's gone. I don't think there's any question. I think that from what I hear, the expectation is KD is gone.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll see where he ends up going. You know what? I could see. Could you see him in Dallas?
That's crazy.
Could you see him in Dallas? And
8 years ago?
Yeah,
that might be damn near championship.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Think about it. KD, Kyrie, Anthony Davis is like 8 years ago. That is a championship. But yeah, and Will Lewis just bring KD to. Nah, I'm good. I just don't. We don't have to, we couldn't do it anyway. But no, I mean, unless you're talking about Dame, but I don't know Giannis, and I don't know about that. It's just crazy. Again, to me, the thing that's crazy about Kevin Durant, for the type of player he is, it is amazing that, Will Link was talking about Bud's not a good coach, overhyped. Todd says KD should go home to Washington. Is it even a feel-good story? Like, he can't win with Bradley Beal and Devin Booker. What are you going to do in Washington? Like, I just don't. I don't even know why would Washington do that. Like, you're not you would screw whatever kind of timeline youth movement up you have to go get Kevin Durant and do what? Like, there's no way I would give up just to get some tickets. There's no way I would give up anything legit for Kevin Durant if you're Washington. I just wouldn't.
KD and K Mid.
Right.
The chat going, hey, that's guaranteed 2 seed in the playoffs next year.
Yeah, and Marcus Smart. Yeah, it's a real crazy team over there. And then that's the other thing talking about he has his championships, but for a guy of his magnitude, top 75 player, to me, does it feel like it almost his career almost feels cheap because
Yep.
he's like he doesn't even it's just amazing. What kind of player like that has 2 championships, 2 finals MVPs, and MVP and doesn't have a home? What who do you even consider, like, where do you consider home for Kevin Durant? What team? Is it OKC? Well, he left them high and dry. Is it Golden State? You got out of there with the quickness too. It's damn sure ain't Brooklyn, because the Brooklyn stuff didn't work. And that and the Phoenix stuff was even Brooklyn was a disaster to go there and not get out the first round. Phoenix, you're not getting out the first round, and you're gonna leave Phoenix without even getting in the playoffs with Devin Booker and Bradley. I mean, this is a disaster end of his career. I mean, it is horrible. You talk about Giannis and how, you know, his prime, whatever. This is as bad as it gets. See, I don't know what KD does. I have no idea.
So when I look at KD, right, like KD is one of the most. He's God Lord, I never thought I'd say this in life. He's Aaron Rodgers. He's a good run on the 73-9 Warriors, and that's all he is. He doesn't have any, and this is why top 75 at 75, I respect Dame so much. Dame tried his hardest to make chicken, you know what, in a chicken salad forever. And then finally, towards the end of his career, he comes to Milwaukee. Even if Dame would have went to Miami, I would have respected him a lot more. Like, we talk about Halliburton as a front runner. We talk about this dude as a front runner. KD is the epitome of a front runner.
Yep.
And I hope Chris King can cut this and tag him in Twitter so he can get mad at me too, because I don't give a damn. Hey, KD, like, you're rich. You done dated women that we all aspire to date. You got all that stuff. But at the end of the day, you go and you pull them Versace sheets over your head and go to sleep every night and realize you third fiddle to Stephen Clay and Draymond championship. You just happen to be there type stuff. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, no, it is an interesting case study. He's a real interesting case study. Kind of like Jimmy Butler without the championships. Like, you know, it's, what does he call home? It ain't Chicago. It ain't Philly. You thought it was gonna be Miami, and then, you know, from what he did for that Miami franchise, but then he blew up out of there too. And you know, it's interesting. I keep going back. I know people are upset about Jimmy Butler. To me, Pat Riley. Did you hear the story about the cookies that Pat Riley took?
I heard the story about the cookies.
You know, he taking people. Pat Riley. Again, one thing is just a common denominator where my parents tell me all the time. You get in trouble at school all the time. At some point, it's you. Like, it ain't this teacher and that teacher and that teacher. At some point, it's you. You're the problem. And Pat Riley. Now again, you say the same about Jimmy Butler, but Pat Riley seems to have these issues as well. And so, you know.
So, and you can say the same thing about Jimmy Butler. He's ran away from a few teams. But when you look at it, we're talking about D-Wade, top 75 to 75. We're talking about Shaquille O'Neal. Zoe, allegedly, maybe, possibly, definitely Jimmy Butler. Hey, Heat culture, that's a bunch of bull, you know what?
LeBron, too.
Oh, I forgot about you. You're right.
Right. Yeah, 100%.
And God forbid, I mean, who knows if Chris Bosh would have been ran out of town if he didn't have the medical challenges, man.
Right. Yeah. I'm with, yeah. It's interesting.
Jimmy Butler's home is Marquette University, but he don't even want to acknowledge that though. But
so, yeah, hey, no, none of it.
Only way I rock with Jimmy is on. We done with the look around? Because I got one for
Go ahead. Yeah, I'm done. Go ahead.
One of them was Jimmy Butler and KD and all that stuff, but I got one for you. So
go ahead.
I don't know if you saw the post. Dirk put it out there, and Dirk was like, man, had I, King of Kings said Pat's a slave bastard. That's terrible. Lord have mercy. You got to wait to March 1st for that.
Yeah, not on Black History. Go ahead.
Lord have mercy. This chat. Hey, we love y'all in the chat. Dirk posted a picture in that purple and green jump with a Cassell, with a Tim Thomas, with a Glenn Robinson, with a Ray Allen. And he was like, man, it might have been kind of fun to be in the mill. What's your take, bro?
Who did that?
Dirk Nowitzki.
Dirk Nowitzki posted that.
No, he's drafted by the Bucks.
Yeah, he was.
Rest in peace, Tractor Taylor. Before you go.
Oh man, yeah, no, for sure. That's a big one. Dirk would have went crazy. There's no doubt about it, man. There's no doubt about it that Dirk would have went. That would have been insane. And one is the kind of like you talking about the Monta Ellis thing and not having Steph. So
it's just so like, and that's what should make all of us Bucks fans, right? I know we're not real Bucks fans,
right?
We gonna play on Foo Snickums to Foo Snickums goes to where he gonna go. Oh, foosball at. No, I'm sorry. This is what makes it so important to appreciate Giannis. I know I said I wasn't going to mention his name, but to appreciate Middleton, appreciate Tucker, appreciate Pat Connaughton, Bobby Portis, all these dudes for 21.
Yeah.
But, ladies and gentlemen, we got to leave 21 and 21. We can't, because we need another one. I'm not going to see 50 more. What am I, 42? I'm going to see 92. If I see 92, hey, Trey, you're going to have to figure out a way to get me on this joint at 92. You might have to hold me up, my brother, because I know you will. You are a 1,000 brother. So you'll hold me up, and I'll probably say something like, yo, Cream City 1846 at 92, you're still your mama.
We're gonna leave it right there. Good stuff, man. That's a hell of a show tonight, man. If you liked it, please hit the like in the chat. Please hit the like button for us. Please follow and subscribe. All of that, all the above, man. We really would appreciate it if you do it. We want to thank everybody for watching the show tonight, wherever you watched it, YouTube, Twitter, however you got your Bucks content. You watched it. You wrote a Cream City crossover with us. We appreciate it because you could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with us, rocking out on the best post-game show in all of the land for the Milwaukee Bucks. Just want to give a shout out to our sponsors tonight. Curly's Waterfront Source Bar and Grill out in Pewaukee, Wisconsin. They do an excellent job. Get your wings, get your food, get whatever. Get over there for your $3 bottles and pints during Milwaukee Bucks televised games. Curly's Waterfront Sports Bar and Grill. Tell them the Guru sent you. Tell them the Cream City crossover sent you. Curly's Waterfront Sports Bar and Grill, sponsor of the Cream City crossover. Yeah, man, that's about it. Again, tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend about the Cream City crossover. Join us, subscribe, all that good stuff. We will see you right back here Saturday evening after the Bucks take on the Dallas Mavericks, looking for another big win. This has been a Cream City Media Group production from the Guru Truck House III.
Justin.
If we are enemies, only because we dare to tell you the truth. Don't take no wooden nickels.